So, quite a phone bill. This number, it's an internet line, isn't it?
Yes.
Of course it is. You were quite careless, weren't you? Tracking you down wasn't too hard.
Yes, I know, but I never really thought about...
You said you lived in this area, and then you let slip that you were a teacher.
Yes, you see, but I... When did I let slip?
Oh, for heaven's sake, Miss Tripley. I'm an education officer. Only Eric Slack could think I was really here about a phone bill. It's taken me 2 years to find you. Hot bitch. I am your man helmet. So, anyway, once I knew you were a teacher, and once I knew I had access to all the school's phone bills, well, I mean, I knew you'd be surfing from work. I always use the office line myself. What's the point in an education budget if we don't spend it, eh? It took some while. But I knew the woman with the dirtiest mind on the entire internet was out there waiting for me. I hope I'm not a disappointment.
You?
What do you mean?
Well, I know I don't look quite like I said I did.
You look fine to me.
I do?
Well, I have to say, you have some of the worst clothes I've ever seen on a human being. But then I've only just noticed you're wearing any.
Oh, I see.
Well.
Well.
Goodbye, Miss Tripley. So long, Miss Tripley. This, finally, is it.
What are you doing, Eric? What's happening?
I think Archie's just telling Miss Tripley she's about to be dismissed. And he's using some very strong language.
Morning, Susie. You all right?
Morning, everyone. What a fine and bracing day it is.
Mr. Slatt?
Yes, Miss Travis.
What happened between that education officer and Amanda yesterday?
Oh, I don't know the full details yet. Haven't had a chance to have one of my little chats with Archie.
I see.
But they were still hard at it when I left.
Really?
Must have been a tough one. My office was in a dreadful mess.
Something happened to your office? Did the prefects trash it again?
Oh, no. Just a little confrontation between the extreme ends of the educational world. Well, you'll hear all about it soon enough, but for the moment, suffice it to say that Archie Munt, distinguished senior education official, and Amanda Tripley, failed music teacher and telephone fraudster...
Just arrived in the same car.
What?
What you don't mean?
I think I do.
What?
Amanda had a date.
Amanda had a date last night?
What?
I think Amanda had a lot more than a date.
No, you're all completely wrong. As a matter of fact, Archie was busy last night. I know he was busy because he was supposed to be having a drink with me, but he couldn't make it.
You think Amanda's had sex? Are you sure?
This is ridiculous. I just told you he was supposed to be having a drink with me. What's she got to offer him?
It's weird, isn't it? To think we could all now be living in a world where Amanda Tripley has had sex.
I used to find it strangely comforting that if the school was ever under attack from dragons, we still had one virgin to offer up.
What, you don't think they'd take Jason?
Just because I'm a religious education teacher does not mean I'm a virgin.
Yes, it does,
Can we all stop this hysterical nonsense, please? Archie would never go for someone like Miss Tripley. That's just not his type.
Yeah, well, look, she'll be here in a moment, and there's one way to settle this. When a woman's had a sexual experience, you can tell by looking really, really closely at her retinas. That's how you tell.
Oh, dear, Dan. You're not used to getting much of a response, are you?
No, I'm serious. This works.
You better get ready. She's on her way.
OK, everyone, look casual. I'll stand by the door and see if I can look straight in her eyes when she comes in.
This is absurd. Miss Tripley has not had sex with Archie or anyone else.
Well, if I can get close enough, who knows? We might just be able to tell.
Hello, everyone. What a beautiful, beautiful day. Dear me, Mr. McGill, you really should get out more.
No, actually, it doesn't work with men's retinas.
See?
This is taking me back.
To when?
Oh, before your time.
Well, time to get to work. I'll be in my office if anybody needs me.
And then there was one.
Will you people grow up, please? Look, there was no proof there of any kind that Archie spent last night with Miss Tripley.
How much more proof do you need?
Morning, everyone. God, it's bright in here.
You all right, Archie?
Yes, I'm just a little,
Drain.
dehydrated. Practically shriveled. God, I need moisture.
Hello. Oh, yes, hang on a minute. It's for you.
Oh, yes, I know what that'll be. Eric, would you mind if I took this in your office?
Oh, how nice of you to remember my name.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, help yourself.
I'll transfer you.
Right, I've got it, Janet. Darling. Look, I'm so sorry I didn't make it back last night. I didn't know you were going to be home. Well, I thought you were at Cynthia's. Oh, don't be silly, dear. I was at Jeff's. You know what it's like when he starts on his golf stories. Who saw me? Eric.
Oh, hello, stranger.
Could we have a chat about Amanda?
Oh, your little friend. Well, I was going to lunch, but if you want, I suppose.
My little friend. I hope you're not going to try and start some kind of rumor, Eric.
Well, no,
You realize she does have to go, don't you? I mean, apart from this internet thing, the standard of her work here is really quite abominable. In fact, we at the office are really quite surprised she survived here so long. Is that down to you?
Well,
I'm afraid it's long past time some action was taken.
You know, this is really terribly stupid of me, but I did think there was something going on.
Mr. Slatt, I'm a married man.
Well, yes, of course. Silly of me.
Okay. Off the record. We're both men of the world, aren't we?
What? Oh, of the world. Oh, yes. I'm a man of that, all right.
I'm a passionate man, Eric. Sometimes maybe I get a bit carried away, but the job has to come first. Always.
Well, of course, but exactly. You know, I have to explain that to Janet practically every night.
Perhaps. And I'm only saying perhaps I did something here that I shouldn't have. Maybe this was one of the times when I got carried away, which would have been, had it happened, quite wrong. But if I'm suddenly lenient on on Miss Tripley, then it's going to fuel any, shall we say, any speculation there might happen to be. Speculation which might reach the ears of my wife. You see how my hands are tied.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I just can't let my personal feelings get in the way. So, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind accompanying me while I inform Miss Tripley of our decision. In case anything gets, ugly.
Well,
Just so I can check out your game. Before I get you on that course.
I would be delighted.
Come right in. Oh, my two very favorite men. How perfectly darling.
Miss Tripley, we are not here with good news.
I gave away dear little Bertie Gerbil today to a lonely little girl in the second form. I thought she probably needed him more.
Miss Tripley, perhaps you'd better sit down.
Oh, Mr. Slatt, you sound terribly serious.
I'll come straight to the point. You're aware, Miss Tripley, that the standard of your work here is quite unacceptable. And you're also aware that you are very unpopular with both the staff and the pupils.
Archie?
In the circumstances, I think Mr. Munt would be more appropriate.
Mr. Munt?
Now, as I'm sure you'd agree, and whatever my personal feelings in the matter, we have to think of the children.
Children? Oh, this is so sad.
I don't mean our children. I'm married, for God's sake.
Married?
I'm referring to the children suffering the effects of your incompetent teaching.
Oh, yes, yes, of course.
Now, I suggest we don't prolong this unpleasant encounter. The fact is, this job is not suitable for you. Let's all just accept that. And I sincerely hope that we can all behave like adults, accept the situation, and not go around casting up any other, events.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Sorry.
Excellent.
Where will I go?
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure you'll find something in time.
Perhaps I could add a few words, Archie.
Of course, Eric.
Thank you. You know, as I was listening to Archie just there, something became very clear to me. Some people, Miss Tripley, Amanda, are just not right for a place like this. Who knows why? Some odd defect in their personality just makes them different. Disturbing. In a strange way, utterly repulsive, and ultimately, one hopes, alone. What these people really need, and I mean this for their own good, Amanda, is a sudden, hard, and totally unexpected punch. You do see what I mean, Amanda?
You hit him.
Yes, Amanda, but constructively.
What the hell are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. Wasn't I clear? I'll explain. You will not come to this school, take a member of this staff, give them hope and companionship, and then plunge them into a terrible abyss of despair, misery, hopelessness, and pain, because that is my job. And now, if you wouldn't mind getting up again, Archie, I don't kick a man when he's down. Hang on, I do kick a man when he's down. It's so hard to keep a track of these things.
You're mad. You're completely out of your mind.
Yeah, and is that a comforting thought right now, Archie?
No!
Right outside you lot, it's lunch break. Nothing to see here. I'm just assaulting a senior education officer.
Leave me alone, I'm warning you.
Sorry, everyone. But it seems Mr. Munt was intending to sack Miss Tripley, which seemed rather impolite in view of last night.
Have you any idea what I could do to you, slat? This is the end for you.
And if the education department ever find out about your conduct here, or your wife, maybe I am a borderline psychotic deputy head on the fast track to nowhere, presiding over a bunch of incompetent malcontents in a run-down, underfunded, underachieving school, teaching the totally uninterested, the completely irrelevant Belfast High.
Yeah! Hang on, guys. I don't think that was the whole speech.
No, it was.
Belfast High!
Yeah! But let me be clear. If you ever set so much as one foot in this school again, it will be all they ever find of you. So run.
Does this mean I'm not sacked now?
Why, Miss Tripley, the thought never crossed my mind. In fact, in addition to your duties in music and guidance, I would like you to be liaison officer for all visiting education officials.
Oh, Mr. Slack.
For once. A promotion you have most certainly worked for.
He was really going to sack Amanda.
Yes, he was, and he...
Well, in that case, nice one, Mr. Slat.
Now, Miss Travers, what makes you think I've finished?
Attention all pupils currently in the playground, especially those behind the science block. Sorry for interrupting your cigarette break. The gentleman currently proceeding to the car park is, despite his advanced years, a student teacher.
He'll never make it to his car.
Oh, he'll make it. But naked.
More from Galfers High at the same time, 10:15 next Wednesday on BBC One. Next tonight, Match of the Day.